From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We have some very active weather ahead of us for later in the week. An atmospheric river that's going to come in for Friday through Monday at least. So that's going to bring rain chances for lower elevations. Snow levels dropping. Looks like our mountain passes could be a little bit snowy for this weekend. So we'll definitely have a lot more to say about that point coming up later in the show. High temperatures slipping down into the 40s and 50s by Sunday. And that means that low temperature is going to go down once again. So that valley frost potential could return for this weekend. Right now, you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Not seeing much out there for this morning. The winds have calmed down and temperatures in the 30s and 40s for this morning. 38 in the Tri-Cities, 39 for Yakima, 37 for White Pass. So all of us need some sort of jacket as you're headed out the front door. Here's your day planner forecast for this Tuesday. 40s and 50s around lunchtime. A lot of sunshine, then around 60 for the warmest part of the day. Again, temperatures slipping down and rain chances going up as we go throughout the next 7 days. So I'll talk about all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Kennewick businesses are on edge after a week of break-ins. What's being done to stop the thieves and how you can help.
Plus, a Benton County commissioner is facing charges after a road rage incident in Kennewick. What we learned from his court appearance is just ahead.
And new details emerge on the sudden firing of Sunnyside's city manager last month. What we've learned so far. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, October 21st, and a lot to get to this morning.
That's right. We want to start with a crime alert as Kennewick has been hit by a string of break-ins over the past week, and it's costing business owners thousands in damages.
Yeah, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tries to get to the bottom of why so many of these are happening and what can be done to stop them.
Kennewick businesses are on high alert after a string of break-ins have affected storefronts across the city. Just in the last week or so, thieves broke through the door of Smoke Hanes Glass and Vape off of Clearwater Avenue. And on the morning of October 15th, the Z Place Salon in Southbridge was broken into. Then, on October 16th, thieves drove a stolen car through Hubby's Pizza near downtown in an attempt to steal and break open the restaurant's ATM machine. On October 17th, Cedars on Clover Island was vandalized, with the culprits breaking a window and smashing patio chairs. And most recently on Monday, the Hub was broken into. And that makes 5 break-ins in the past week, which have cost business owners thousands of dollars in damages. So is there any chance that these break-ins could be connected? That's the question we asked Kennewick Police.
So as of right now, we won't announce if any of it is related at all. Each case is independently being investigated right now. So as of right now, we're not really seeing anything further.
Connected or a coincidence, how do we fix this problem? For business owners, Officer Hannah suggests investing in security measures such as cameras and alarm systems, and asking police for extra patrols if they feel worried about their business. But for many of the businesses already affected, they already had alarms and cameras. Hubby's Pizza and the Z Place Salon had security cameras that caught the thieves in action. And Cedars had an alarm system that would have been triggered if the vandals got inside the building, but none of those security measures could stop the culprits. This string of break-ins needs to end, and it's going to take action from city leaders to fix this problem. The Kennewick City Council has a meeting this Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., and that's your chance to let your voice be heard. From Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And our Apple Valley News Now team plans to speak with the owners of Cedars at Pier 1 this week, and we're going to touch base with them and ask how last week's vandalism has impacted the business.
Taking you to Benton County now, where Commissioner Will McKay appeared in court yesterday afternoon. It happened after being arrested following a road rage altercation that happened just outside of Gold's Gym in Kennewick. Officials say the incident began when McKay started following another driver who he says was driving dangerously and flipping people off. The other driver says he then pulled into the Gold's Gym parking lot to work out, and McKay got out of his vehicle as well. An eyewitness says the second driver started recording McKay, who then bear hugged the driver from behind and took his phone and deleted the video. McKay was arrested for theft in the second degree, will appear in court again today to set a visiting judge for the case. McKay's lawyer says they will not be making a comment on the case at this time.
Now, continuing our coverage in Sunnyside, Apple Valley News Now has obtained new information in regards to the termination of Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez, who was let go in September without cause by the City Council. In a public record shared with Apple Valley News Now, an email exchange between a hiring firm for potential interim city managers was given a name for a potential candidate on June 2nd at 1:35 p.m. Now, it's important to note Mike Gonzalez wasn't officially voted to be placed on leave until a lengthy executive session later that same night, which came in as a shock to the community and the former city manager as well. The mayor says he has an explanation as to why there was a name being floated ahead of people finding out about the potential leave for Gonzalez.
Well, as the mayor and a city council member, I am able to see which way the winds are blowing, as it were. I can see trends, and I had a suspicion, although I wasn't 100% sure, that council was going to vote to put Mr. Gonzalez on leave. And I wanted to be proactive. It is important to me that staff have a manager, whether it's an interim manager or a full-time manager, in place in order to continue with regular functioning at City Hall and make sure that all city functions happen the way they're supposed to. And so with the thought that perhaps Mr. Gonzalez would be put on leave, I had no idea.
In a separate public record shared with our team, a text thread dated on May 30th, the Friday before Gonzalez was placed on leave, involves the mayor and the deputy mayor, Jorge Galvin. The two of them apparently texted about having the city attorney present at the upcoming council meeting. 3 days after that conversation, Gonzalez was put on a 30-day paid non-disciplinary leave, which was extended 3 times, ultimately resulting in the council firing him without cause in a 5-2 vote.
It was through that text thread that I started to get the idea that perhaps Mr. Gonzalez was going to be put on leave, which is why I took that preemptive action to try to get things ready. For something of that nature, I wanted to have legal counsel present to make sure that we did things correctly, that we weren't going off track and way out of our league, and so I wanted the attorney present for that sort of thing. Councilor Hancock had recommended that we have the attorney present. In that particular case, I concurred with her, but I wasn't party to any special knowledge as far as to what was going to happen with the manager.
The City Council voted in a 5-2 vote last evening to release the investigation documents on their former city manager to the public.
5:07, looking ahead to Yakima, the annual Fall Festival at the Yakima Training Center won't be happening this year. It was canceled because of federal layoffs connected to the ongoing government shutdown.
Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed spoke with one local band that was set to perform, and they say the loss hits more than just their weekend plans.
We're an event festival band. Our lead singer made it to the top 100 on The Voice.
Just a small town girl. For the Inglewood Heights Band in Yakima, Saturday was supposed to be about music, memories, and bringing some hometown energy to the Yakima Training Center's Fall Festival.
Surprised, disappointed, but understandable.
Instead of asking for a sound check, they got an email telling them the show's off.
It was very professional, very diplomatic, and that was basically what it said. Unfortunately, due to what's happening with our government right now, we have to pull back and cancel the Fall Festival, which is such a big deal. And they were disappointed, as well as us.
The U.S. Army announced the cancellation on Monday, citing federal staffing shortages tied to the ongoing government layoffs and the shutdown. The yearly event features more than just music. There's a classic car show, pumpkin patch, and hay maze.
The cancellation of that amazing opportunity affects us. And so I'm kind of hoping that things will get better. A lot of prayers are being said.
YTC officials were not able to speak on camera, but told me over the phone that the festival relies on appropriated services that assure the safety of visitors and help with the setup and tear down. But as of now, those resources are being focused solely on training soldiers. While the cancellation means lost exposure, the band says it's the community connection they'll miss the most.
There's so much preparation that goes into putting on an event like this, and for it to be canceled.
Absolutely. I would imagine it probably took them all year long to put all the plan together and put everything in place to make this happen.
The band says that they plan to make up for the missed show with more local performances this fall.
This includes a Sadie Hawkins Day Yakima Eagles fundraiser, which is scheduled for Saturday, November 15th.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. From banking apps to online games, social media to streaming services, a massive internet outage just yesterday left millions offline. Coming up, we'll break down what went wrong and why one company sits at the center of it all.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Get ready to tackle this fall in safety, comfort, and style with the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Right now, you'll find the best selection in Overturf history during the Kia Fall Savings Event. All 2025 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X lines are priced at $1,250 off MSRP. Plus, get 1.9% APR for 48 months. Shop online anytime. Just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
Dear First Place, experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota.
Right now, you can lease a new adventure-ready 2025 RAV4 for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's the 36-hour sale at Furniture Row, so get ready because everything is on sale. Like this unbeatable deal on the Mia Queen storage bed, now only $4.99. Save big on the big comfort of the Laguna sofa for only $7.98. Get the 5-piece Acorn Hill dining set for only $4.99. And save up to $400 off Doctor's Choice Elite adjustable mattress sets. Plus, 36 months no-interest financing. But don't wait. The 36-hour sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 27th.
70% of breast cancers are discovered through self-exam. With early detection, the 5-year survival rate is high. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
It's our first Halloween together.
I'm not eating candy at a crime scene.
Right, why have fun? Detective Karadek might not believe in ghosts, but our victim thought his house was haunted.
Morgan, I think you're gonna want to see this.
Kraken, Capitals. Coverage begins at 4 today on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another gorgeous fall day out there. Lots of sunshine, especially for lower elevations. Maybe a few clouds up in the Cascades, but I'm making for most of us it's going to be mostly sunny skies. Highs a little bit warmer in comparison to yesterday, but still low to mid 60s for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. 50s up in the Cascades and 50s and 60s for the Blues. Okay, we finally have movement when it comes to our high temperatures. They're finally going to drop a little bit cooler for Sunday and beyond. So here is an example of that in the Tri-Cities, keeping it in the low to mid 60s through Saturday, but down into the mid 50s for Sunday and Monday. You saw that previous graphic said 40s and 50s. That would apply to the Kittitas Valley, where we're probably going to drop down into the 40s for Sunday and Monday. And then with that drop off in temperatures for this weekend, that also means that frost is going to be possible once again for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. So in Yakima, you see we'll trend a little bit warmer for overnight lows through Thursday, starting to trend cooler and then getting to that magic 32-degree number, which is the freezing threshold. So that potential for frost will go up as we head into this weekend. But that's not going to be the biggest story for this weekend. The biggest story is going to be this: an atmospheric river bringing ample rain chances to lower elevations and even bringing a good bit of snow to our mountain passes. So I'll talk about both those aspects of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:14. Taking a look at your national headlines this morning. If your Venmo, Snapchat, Facebook, Prime Video, or other online services were impacted just yesterday, you're not alone. Millions of internet users were left in the dark with a slew of popular websites and services unavailable because of an issue with Amazon Web Services, or AWS.
The internet-based cloud service hosts many of the world's most used online services and connects people and businesses. Now this morning, Sherelle Hubbard has details on the global disconnect.
AWS sits in the middle of everything.
Banking and payment apps like Venmo, online games including Fortnite, social media platforms such as Snapchat and Facebook, Amazon linked smart devices in homes, all affected Monday in a mass internet outage. Disney Plus and Hulu reported issues. Delta and United Airlines also impacted. The outage blamed on an issue with Amazon Web Services, or AWS.
We've designed everything to work with this constant connectivity. And when you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
Problems were first reported overnight and persisted for several hours before the problem was thought to be fixed, but issues persisted throughout the day. By Monday afternoon, Amazon said its systems were mostly back online.
DNS failure happened within Amazon. That essentially caused a chain link effect throughout all of Amazon's servers, starting with a core server in Northern Virginia. Now, it's a huge, huge issue because this one little failure caused a huge swath of the internet to go down.
One expert says the financial impact of the outage could total hundreds of billions of dollars. According to the market research firm Gartner, Amazon Web Services accounted for 37% of the global cloud market share in 2024, giving it a critical role in supporting the World Wide Web.
There's going to be questions asked about, okay, so what are you going to do to prevent this from happening again?
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
And an update on the AWS Health Dashboard says that the root cause of the outage is still unknown.
And we'll continue to follow the investigation and bring you updates as they become available. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking this week. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast after the break.
Watch out for people who call you when you've been injured in an accident. There are ambulance chasers and solicitors that the insurance industry knows about. These people get public records and they contact people and schedule appointments for them.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3.
When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
You Gorilla Glued that chair?
Mm-hmm.
It'll hold?
Of course. It's like a gorilla's holding it together. Told ya.
Yeah.
These hands create. All of the materials I work with dry out my hands. If my hands get really dry, I can't do my job. I depend on O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
O'Keeffe's is hard-working skincare.
There's no better time to explore the Walla Walla Valley than Fall Release Weekend, November 7th through 9th. It all begins long before the first cork is pulled. Cruise planning, pruning, walking the rows, tasting fruit, and calling the pick. In the cellar, clusters are pressed, ferments guided, barrels watched. Years of work, care, and choices all lead to this weekend. Doors open, wines are poured, and the new vintage is revealed. Join in and experience the Walla Walla Valley at its best, November 7th through 9th.
Watch out for people who call you when you've been injured in an accident. There are ambulance chasers and solicitors that the insurance industry knows about. These people get public records and they contact people and schedule appointments for them.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert weather.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, we got an atmospheric river that's going to impact us from Friday through Monday. What does that mean? Let's talk about it. First of all, here's Futurecast satellite and radar. For Wednesday, you see, here's storm system number 1. We're more so concerned about storm system number 2 over here, but this one could bring some showers to the Cascades. It's really not going to impact lower elevations too much, but by Friday, this bad boy will start to impact us, and then you can see there's a secondary little blast that's going to continue to impact us throughout the weekend. So now let's sort of parse it out by variable. First of all, the rain chances for lower elevations. It looks like we'll keep it dry through Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, rain looking likely, a little bit less likely by Monday. Some of the rainfall totals during this stretch, I mean, my goodness, look at the Cascades, 3 to 4 inches of rain. We could see excess runoff. We could see some localized flooding, especially around smaller streams. And those fresh burn scars, you got the Wildcat fire that's right here. Probably a lot less rain for the Labor Mountain fire. But look at lower elevations, 0.2 to 0.4 inches for the basin and for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, around 1/2 inch for the foothills, and over 1 inch of rainfall and melted snowfall for the Blues. Speaking of snowfall, snow level is going to drop down from Saturday through Monday. So our mountain passes could be quite snowy, especially up in the Cascades, around 8 inches for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. Keep in mind, this is 5 to 7 days out. These numbers will change, but if this holds true, then your trip to the west side for this weekend could be impacted. Also, if you're traveling south on US 395, south on I-84, south on Oregon 204, 2 to 5 inches of snow expected down that way. So those numbers are going to get adjusted. We'll have more weather data that's going to come into the Weather Center, but definitely a big-time forecast for this weekend. Here is a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, mostly sunny with low to mid-60s through Thursday. A few showers Friday, then rain likely Saturday and Sunday. In Yakima, dry for most of the week, but the pattern turns much wetter for Friday and into the weekend. For Ellensburg, a run of mostly sunny skies and highs near 60 through Thursday, then a cooler and wetter Friday and beyond. For Hermiston, perfect fall weather for most of this week, then rain likely Friday through Sunday, a few leftover showers Monday. And finally, for Walla Walla, a dry and mild pattern through Thursday, then a pattern flip for Friday and beyond. And again, I think places like Walla Walla and Pendleton could pick up around 1/2 inch of rainfall during that stretch. Beneficial stuff.
Rain on the weekend again.
I know, you know how I feel about that.
I know, I'm sorry. We talked about it yesterday at length. I wish it was different, but
I'll take rain during the week.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Cards have been dealt, so gotta play with them.
Oh, man.
Can't you fix it?
I can't. I'm so sorry.
Get a weather machine. Like that Disney Channel movie.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. From Broadway favorites to Netflix dramas, today's casting news is bringing big names and even bigger stories to your screens. We'll have the full breakdown of the star-studded casting call coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. Save now on any electrical repair. Call Vance to schedule your appointment or book online today.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Roll into some serious cash this October at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. $50,000 is up for grabs for every winner. Roll the dice to reveal your poker hand, hit a royal flush, and win $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. No royal flush? No problem. Every hand wins cash or free play. Then join us Saturday, November 1st for not one but two grand prize drawings with 6 winners. Come roll for the Royal at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Your best defense against breast cancer is a healthy lifestyle. Don't smoke, exercise regularly, limit alcohol. Learn more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
Kraken, Capitals. Coverage begins at 4 today on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Taking a look at your entertainment headlines, big casting news is shaking up Hollywood today.
From iconic musicals to major streaming dramas, several fan favorite actors are taking on exciting new roles.
David Daniel has all the details in our Hollywood Minute.
How can we cull all that energy into one?
Colman Domingo is bringing his energy to the Wicked sequel. The movie's Instagram account revealed the 2-time Oscar nominee will voice the Cowardly Lion in Wicked for Good. The second half of the Broadway musical adaptation arrives in theaters November 21st.
It's been just a really special time.
Michael Fassbender has played Steve Jobs, Magneto, and Macbeth. Now he's taking on another powerful role. The actor is set to play Joe Kennedy Sr., head of the iconic political family, in the Netflix drama series Kennedy. No word yet on further casting or a release date.
Any viewer would probably think that the storylines they're seeing were torn from the headlines.
Art is imitating life for Eric Dane. The veteran actor is set to guest star on TV's Brilliant Minds as a firefighter with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Dane announced this year he'd been diagnosed with ALS, a paralyzing neurodegenerative illness also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. He'll appear in the 9th episode of the NBC drama's current season. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A lot of things to look forward to in that.
I'm excited for Colman Domingo as the lion in Wicked 2. And we're very excited for that movie.
Oh, just
Josh is too.
Do no
he still hasn't seen the first one, but he's excited.
I'm about to be 2 Wickeds behind. So
you still have a little bit of time to catch
very
up.
wicked of you.
When's the release date?
November 21st.
21st. I got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Plenty of time. A nice rainy weekend.
Yes.
There you go.
This weekend, the perfect time.
Yeah. All right. So much for ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Students who are blind or visually impaired are showing off incredible skills in Richland. The inspiration and impact they're leaving behind. That story coming up.
And pumpkins are flying for a good cause in Prosser this weekend. We have what's going on and how you can get involved in our 5:30 half hour. But first, we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple nears the $4 trillion mark. The company's stock is at a record high after a report showing iPhone 17 sales up 14% over their first 10 days of availability compared to iPhone 16. Strong sales in China and the U.S. led to upgrades from stock analysts. Safety regulators have launched an investigation into Waymo's robo-taxis after video showed a driverless car failing to stop for a school bus with flashing lights. Officials say there's a high likelihood of similar incidents occurring. Waymo says it's already implemented safety improvements. And SpaceX is falling behind schedule as the U.S. tries to return to the moon. So NASA plans to move on by opening up the contract to other companies. Blue Origin, owned by Jeff Bezos, along with Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman, will now have a shot at building a new lunar lander. Those are your Tech Bites.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance.
Please welcome Charles Woodson.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart.
Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Gold Bond believes touch says everything. It says, I got you. And I'm never letting go. Ever. Gold Bond. Get in touch with irresistibly touchable skin.
Is this new?
It stays still on eBay.
It's real.
Guaranteed authentic.
The Cartier too?
And the Tiffany. The whole collection is from eBay. Millions of finds, each with a story. I kind of feel naked.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
It's National Back to the Future Day. Apparently that's the day in the movie
that they go back to.
Yeah.
October 21st, 2015.
2015, yeah.
10 years ago.
I know.
There you go.
Where are flying cars? Because I would love those.
Back to the future.
Back to back. And I would like to go back to, you know, some 70 degree temperatures, but we're going to the winter future.
Yeah, I think the ship sailed in the wrong direction there.
Yeah.
So we're now down into 50s and 60s. I'm thinking by next week, maybe 40s and 50s.
Oh, come on.
So, but
I already have a jacket on my legs right now because it's cold in the studio.
I cranked up the heat in here.
Yeah.
No one tells.
But I feel like both of you going with blue today, and I got the navy suit going. The temperature is going to start to look like that a little bit more. So, yep. All right, here are the big weather stories. We have an atmospheric river, rain chances for Friday through Monday. And it's not just going to be a wet storm system, also a wintry one with snow levels dropping down for Saturday through Monday. Our mountain passes are going to be snowy, especially the mountain passes for the Cascades. Highs, like I mentioned, dropping down into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations by Sunday. That means that we could throw some frost into the mix once again for the valleys. Speaking of the valleys, right now you're taking a live look at the Yakima Valley. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart, the beautiful city lights down below. And temperatures this morning, that shade of blue. 38 for the Tri-Cities, 39 in Yakima, 35 for Ellensburg. A little bit warmer in Walla Walla. We're at 44 degrees there, but all of us need probably a heavier jacket as you're walking out the front door. So speaking of your coat cast for this Tuesday in the Tri-Cities, heavy jacket weather for this morning. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and beyond that, it's just going to be light jacket weather as high temperature is going to end up around 60 degrees. That's a pretty safe bet for all lower elevation locations. Mostly sunny skies, a beautiful autumn day. I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of this forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 5:32, starting this half hour of news with education news. The Richland School District has been making some strong efforts to educate and support its blind and visually impaired student population. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us how a recent event is helping build confidence and independence for those students.
For several years, the Richland School District has been helping students who are blind or visually impaired learn essential skills from Braille and technology use to what's called Skills of Blindness. The district, which serves nearly 60 students with visual impairments, work with teachers like Mandy Carpenter, who specialize in visual impairment learning, and she says a big focus is in helping students learn mobility.
As an orientation and mobility specialist, we are teaching students how to travel safely, to know where they are, know where they want to go, and then know how to get there.
That's why for the third year, the district has hosted Cane Quest Pacific Northwest, an orientation and mobility competition for students who are blind or low vision and use canes. This year, the event was held at Libby Middle School in West Richland, but it drew participants from across the state.
It's important because students don't usually get to celebrate those skills, and it's really a celebration of independence, of demonstrating to yourself and to your family like what you know, what you've learned, and just a time to kind of connect with the community.
Carpenter says the event highlights the students' hard work throughout the year and lets them show off key mobility techniques.
We do like constant contact, 2-point touch, 3-point touch, touch and drag. We work on that orientation piece, so like demonstrating your knowledge of cardinal directions.
While the event has not been held in the district for that long, it is an event that has continued to grow every single year. And Richland School District officials tell me that there are often many common misconceptions about students that are visually impaired.
They all have hopes and dreams and things they want to do, and we don't want their vision cause them to limit their outlook on their future.
McFall hopes the event continues to expand and even attract students from neighboring states.
CaneQuest is a regional event for the Pacific Northwest, so it would be really cool to see students coming from even Idaho or Oregon to join the fun.
Through events like CaneQuest, the Richland School District is helping every student build the confidence and independence they deserve. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And according to district officials, next year's CaneQuest will be held on October 10th.
Making a difference this morning, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and while early detection saves lives, the care after diagnosis makes the biggest difference. At Cadlick Tri-Cities Cancer Center, support begins the moment a patient hears that they have cancer. A full team of nurse navigators, social workers, and dietitians all are working together to make care more accessible and less intimidating for newly diagnosed patients.
Help explain to them their diagnosis, if questions they might have after visiting with the doctor, and then their treatment plan, and guide them through what the next steps might look like.
When treatment ends, the support continues. Survivorship Nurses helps patients manage ongoing side effects and also helps them return to a life that they can enjoy. Also, support groups connect survivors, families, and caregivers, and it creates a community of understanding. Cadlick's Cancer Resource Center offers free services, education, and support to patients and families through every step of the journey.
5:36, and pumpkins are flying in Prosser this weekend, all for a good cause. Veterans, first responders, and their families are all invited to the annual Jack O Launch-In event hosted by Friends of Disabled Veterans. The free outdoor event happens on Saturday from 10 to 4 at North Case Road. Organizers say they are expecting anywhere between 50 to 100 people. There'll be plenty of space for everyone, all to come join in on the friendly competition.
The 40 by 60 Lodge and Learning Center will create an environment where families and veterans can come up and they can just go on the 3.2 mile walking trails, or they can bingo or whatever they want to do.
And Moore says it's a great chance to bring people together, celebrate the season, and make a few new memories. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Seattle Mariner fans, of course, hoping for history, but last night's Game 7 left us all with some disappointment. We're breaking down how it all happened, talking sports after the break.
But first, Josh Colbert is back with another look at your weather forecast. It's all coming up on the other side of the break.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children's Spokane.
It's America's #1 place to shop, and now this morning only on GMA. What will the CEO of Walmart reveal on Good Morning America that could change your holidays?
That's what you call a tease, folks.
The new big reveal from Walmart. What will it be? See it live this morning on GMA.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Right now, U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope. You don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah. You get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Whose moves will be the most popular?
And who's dancing for good? It's Wicked Night.
Spellbinding. So hot, I am melting.
Wicked Night on Dancing with the Stars, live ABC tonight.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today's going to be another gorgeous fall day out there. Lighter winds today, but still plenty of sunshine, and we'll be a little bit warmer for today. Still pretty on par with what you would expect for this time of the year. So around 60 in Ellensburg and the Yakima Valley, low to mid 60s, mostly sunny skies here. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, also most of us going to be in the low to mid 60s, right at 60 for Boardman. And then for the Morrow County foothills, mid 60s, except for Pilot Rock, could maybe flirt with 70 degrees there, but 50s and 60s for the highest elevations of the Blue Mountains. Okay, high temperatures going to stay put in this territory through Saturday. Then for Sunday and beyond, we're going to drop down into the 40s and 50s. Now the 40s would be for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, and the lower Columbia Basin. The Blue Foothills is going to be in the 50s, but it's going to be very low 50s in Yakima by Sunday and Monday. And given that the high temperatures are going to drop down, the overnight low is going to drop down as well. So we'll have that potential for frost once again in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys for this week. And so in the Kittitas Valley, you can see those overnight lows trending up through Thursday, starting to trend closer to that 32-degree threshold into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So during that span, you'll have to take those steps to protect the outdoor pets, plants, and the plumbing. That is not going to be the big weather story for this weekend, though. We have an atmospheric river bringing rain chances for lower elevations and snowfall for mountain passes. I'll tell you how much we're expecting coming up in a few minutes.
All right, 5:42, talking sports this morning, and last night Seattle Mariners unfortunately lost in Game 7 of the AL Championship, eliminating them from the postseason.
Mariner fans from around the Pacific Northwest gathered to watch their team try to make their first World Series in team history. And one watch party was held at Buckets Bar and Grill in Pasco.
Fans stressfully watched as Seattle lost 4-3 to the Blue Jays and had to go home disappointed.
I know, we've been coming out for the last few days here to Buckets. You know, they just opened up, and we come to support them, support our team, the Mariners, and, you know, to see the loss like this tonight, I mean, you know, it's okay. We're on top still, and we came a long ways, and we're supportive, you know, and hopefully we come back again next year.
The Mariners season comes to an end, keeping them as the only team in the MLB to have never made a World Series.
I know, it was disappointing.
Better luck next time.
I know.
I'm sad too. They grew on me.
See, yeah. Everyone became a Mariners fan.
Next time.
Now I can just go back to normal life again.
Don't make it sound so depressing.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, turning now to local sports. This basketball season is going to be starting soon. It's going to be starting without one local high school coach who was at the center of some controversy.
New details about the Hanford High School boys basketball assistant coach involved in a brawl. So you may remember back in February, this fight at a game between Hanford and Pasco high schools. Officials say after a hard foul with the player appearing to push another player into the wall, and that's when a fight ensued.
So video shows Hanford assistant coach Travis Clifton appearing to put hands on a player, with some witnesses telling us that he choked the student. Well, police investigated, and their report indicates that the coach only put his hands on a player's upper shoulder area to stop what they called their forward progress. And now we are learning that Clifton has resigned.
And Apple Valley News Now has obtained his official resignation letter through an open records request. And the letter, dated August 17th of this year, reads in part, quote, "Because of emotional trauma my family and I have faced, the joy of coaching basketball is completely gone, and I have zero desire to work for Richland School District."
His attorney, Scott Johnson, told us, quote, "The prosecutor has elected not to file charges in this case against my client." He went on to say that the evidence was clear that my client did not engage in any unlawful behavior. The evidence also showed beyond any doubt that what my client did was try to de-escalate a situation that was rapidly spinning out of control.
And so who will step into that coaching role? We reached out to Richland School District, and they say this position has not yet been filled, but we'll keep you updated when we learn more. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, our forecast is going to be pretty steady, pretty nice through Thursday. Then Friday through Monday, that's when the atmospheric river is going to impact us. What does that mean? Well, let's break it down for you. First of all, here's the bird's eye view of this storm system. This little comet head right here is what we're going to be tracking. This is Wednesday at 4 p.m. You see this storm system right here is going to be a much weaker one. It's going to bring some showers to the Cascades, but this follow-up one right here as we head into Friday, this is going to be the one that's going to bring the heavier rainfall and snowfall. Then there's a secondary one. It's got a buddy over here, and that one is also going to impact us as we head deeper into the weekend. So here's what that looks like in terms of day-by-day rainfall chances for the Tri-Cities. About a 30% chance on Friday. Definitely not a washout during the day, but much better rain chances for Saturday and Sunday. Looks like we'll trend drier as we head into Monday. Here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting for Friday through Monday. I mean, Goodness, look at the Cascades, 3 to 4 inches. Now, this is still 5 to 7 days out. These numbers will change, but indications of that the Cascades going to get blasted with rainfall. Some of this is melted snowfall as well. So we'll track for the potential of localized flooding, excess runoff around some of those smaller streams, and some of the fresh burn scars, especially with the perimeter of the Wildcat Fire. Okay, for lower elevations, 0.2 to 0.4 inches for the basin and valleys, around a ½ inch for the foothills, and then over an inch of rainfall and melted snowfall for the Blue Mountains. Speaking of the snow level is going to be dropping down for Saturday through Monday. Our mountain passes will see some impacts from that. In fact, they could be moderate to high impacts in the Cascades. So if you're going to travel to the west side for this weekend, I would have a good deal of interest in this forecast. For now, we're going with 8 inches of snow for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. And then if you're traveling south on US 395, I-84, Oregon 204, 2 to 5 inches down that way. So these numbers are going to change as well. Stick with us, and we'll give you that fresh data throughout the week. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny with low to mid-60s through Thursday. Few showers Friday, then rain likely Saturday and Sunday. For Yakima, dry for most of the week, but the pattern turns much wetter for Friday and into the weekend. For Ellensburg, a run of mostly sunny skies and highs near 60 through Thursday, then cooler and wetter Friday and beyond. For Hermiston, perfect fall weather for most of this week, then rain likely Friday through Sunday, a few leftover showers Monday. And finally, for Walla Walla, a dry and mild pattern through Thursday, then a pattern flip for Friday and beyond.
Now, the morning sprint.
It's 5:50, time for your morning sprint, and we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Yakima police responded shortly before 7 a.m. Monday to a crash involving a truck and a pedestrian on South Fair Avenue. Authorities say the driver didn't see the 12-year-old in the crosswalk. The child was taken to Multicare Yakima for an evaluation of a potential head injury. Police are investigating the incident and are asking anyone with information to contact them.
Benton County Commissioner Will McKay was arrested following a road rage incident outside of a local gym. Police say this started when McKay followed a driver who had pulled into a parking lot. An altercation occurred. McKay allegedly took the other driver's phone and deleted a recording. The commissioner appeared in court yesterday, and he's set to appear in court again today. He's facing charges including second-degree theft, and his attorney says they will not comment on the case at this time.
Former Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez was placed on paid leave in September and then fired without cause by council. Public records now revealing some internal emails about potential interim candidates surfacing days before the official leave, which surprised both Gonzalez and the community. The mayor says discussions with the deputy mayor and city attorney were underway ahead of the council vote. That council ultimately approving his termination in a 5-2 vote and released the related documents to the public.
Stores all across Kennewick have been targeted in a string of break-ins this past week. Now, this includes a vape shop, a salon, a pizza restaurant, and a waterfront cafe. Some of the incidents involve stolen cars and property damage, which has left business owners out of thousands of dollars. Police are investigating each case individually and have not confirmed whether the break-ins are connected. Officials urge businesses to use alarms, cameras, and request extra patrols. And City Council will discuss possible solutions at a meeting this evening.
And the Hanford High assistant basketball coach who was involved in a February on-court altercation has resigned. The incident began after a hard foul. It escalated when a coach physically engaged with a player to stop their forward progress. Police concluded no charges were warranted. The resignation letter cites emotional trauma and a loss of joy in coaching as a reason for the coach stepping down. The Richland School District has not yet named a replacement for the position.
Turning now to your national headlines. At 21 days, the current government shutdown is now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. Lawmakers remain at a standstill over a new funding bill. Democrats say they want to address issues like Medicaid funding and expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies as part of the proposal. Republicans say they're not willing to consider those changes until a clean funding bill is passed. The shutdown now matches one from 30 years ago when Congress eventually reached a deal to balance the federal budget.
In your business headlines at 5:53, hundreds of online services and platforms are getting back up and running after a widespread outage that happened early yesterday. Services impacted included Venmo, Snapchat, Facebook, Prime Videos, Amazon's cloud computing. It's all according to downdetector.com. Some airlines, including Delta and United, reported some disruptions for some of their systems. Amazon Web Services said Monday that it had issues with its cloud service operations. It said the outage lasted 3 hours and included entertainment and gaming websites.
In your health headlines this morning, the maker of Tylenol is pushing back on a proposed change to the product's safety label. Kenvue said the FDA should not change Tylenol's label to reflect possible connections between use during pregnancy and diagnoses of autism in children. The company stated the revisions would be arbitrary, capricious, and contrary to law. The statement comes after President Trump encouraged pregnant women to stop taking acetaminophen last month, claiming it was linked to autism.
5:54 in your sports headlines this morning. Seattle Kraken dropped their matchup against the Philadelphia Flyers, falling 5-2 on the road Monday night. Seattle got on the board early, but Philly responding with a string of goals in the first and second periods to take control of the game. Kraken managed a power play goal midway through the second to cut the deficit, but the Flyers kept the pressure on, sealing the win with another late period goal. The loss snapped Seattle's 5-game point streak to start the season. Kraken continue their 6-game road trip tonight, taking on the Washington Capitals.
Now, trending this morning, today marks a double-digit anniversary for a New York landmark.
The Guggenheim Museum in Manhattan turns 66 years old today. The Modern Art Museum is named for the collection of mining tycoon Solomon R. Guggenheim. But the unique upside-down cupcake-looking building was actually designed by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Some people complained the bold design took away from the art inside. The fans outweighed them, though, and it went on to become one of New York's most popular attractions.
And one that Guggenheim himself would never see completed. He died 6 months before it opened in 1959.
You know, in a city like New York, you have to have something that's going to set itself apart. It can't just be like a regular building.
People to it. It's going to be like, oh, it's, you know, odd and kooky. I want to see what's inside. I did not know it was an upside down cupcake. That's, I mean, it looks like one.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. I like it.
It's cute.
If y'all ever been to Panama City Beach, this is kind of out of left field, but there's this place there. It's called Wonderworks. It's kind of like Ripley's Believe It or Not, but the design of the building is it's an upside down building. It's like an upside down government building. It's kind of slanted. It's got cracks, and that just it fries my brain.
Like
How does someone design that? How does it stay upright? Jeez.
Oh, the marvels, right?
Yes, I'll stick to what I do.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, for newly diagnosed cancer patients, support, of course, can make all the difference, and Cadillac is helping patients through every step. We're going to show you how coming up in our 6 o'clock hour.
And surfers in Santa Cruz got a surprise visitor on the waves when a playful otter hopped onto a board, but officials are warning of the dangers of otters. We have all the details coming up in our 6 o'clock hour.
It's really dangerous right there.
It really Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we are tracking some nice weather through Thursday-ish. Then for Friday and beyond, an atmospheric river, rain for lower elevations, snow for our mountain passes. I'll tell you how much of each we're expecting coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.